All right, so here's my audience. Good to go. All right, I'm Kyle Hamilton, and this is my persuasive speech. So Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Katrina, youth organizations, churches, schools, what do these all have in common? They all have volunteers. Volunteers are here to assist people and assist organizations, assist groups, help them out, and carry out their goals and their tasks that they have at hand. It's important to help because you never know when you yourself might need some help later down the road. I myself volunteered as a Boy Scout at a young age, and from there kind of continued on, helped out at different summer programs, volunteering at different organizations. And I just think it's important to spread the word of volunteering and make sure people go out and try and volunteer themselves. So I broke down volunteering into 3 different things. What is volunteering, why you should volunteer, and places that you can go volunteer at. So first, starting off with what is volunteering, I have a definition that says volunteering is an individual or group providing a service for no financial gain, and their service benefits an individual, a group, or another organization. So basically it comes down to volunteering is helping out other people. For example, helping out other people. Central Pennsylvania Food Bank here serves 27 of Pennsylvania's 67 counties. And in those 27 counties, they feed 3 million people. With only a couple hundred people working at the food bank, their goal of feeding all those people would not be met without the help of volunteers. So volunteers are a crucial part to many different organizations. Moving on to why you should volunteer, since we understand now what volunteering is, there's a lot of reasons why you should. Plenty of benefits. For first example, there's could be a multitude of job opportunities that come through it. A quote here from Volunteering Journeys, a organization in Australia that helps set up volunteering and whatnot. They said that volunteering can lead to job opportunities that you never would have heard about otherwise. It will introduce you to new people who will look at you in a positive light by knowing you're taking part in a volunteering project or program. Never forget the importance of showing that you care. I think that's very important because just your actions speak louder than your words. By showing that you're volunteering and helping out, that might show to a future employer or a future coworker that you're there to help and you're there to lend a hand. So you're not just looking out for yourself, you're always looking out for others. Another benefit to volunteering is quite interesting. I found doing some research. It is from an excerpt from Forbes magazine. Interestingly enough, a Wharton professor, Cassie Monglinger, wrote in the Harvard Business Review that she had research that found that people that volunteer their time feel like they actually have more time to give. So a common reason for people saying they don't want to volunteer is, oh, I just don't have enough time. Well, interestingly enough, this research shows that the more you volunteer, the more time you feel that you have. This probably relates to maybe organizing your time better and managing it better so you know what time you have to do stuff and time that you don't have to do stuff. And then another benefit is that it's just good for society. From Psychology Today, they say that many businesses and almost all mission-driven organizations are successful only if they maintain a strong volunteer workforce. In fact, places like museums, social service organizations, and faith-based organizations often rely more on volunteers than paid workers to meet their goals, such as like the food bank here. These businesses are committed to doing good things for society, and they pick up the pieces where government programs leave off. And by volunteering, you participate in helping our society meet the needs of all the people of all walks of life. So with that being said, it's just, in a way, when you're volunteering, you're actually contributing back to society. Like that excerpt said, there's a lot of places, a lot of gaps where government or other organizations can't quite help out. So volunteers fill that void, and that's how everything gets done. So finally, after going over the benefits of volunteering, some of you might ask, well, where do I sign up? Where can I start volunteering at? And as I mentioned before, there's a bunch of places you can volunteer. The food bank is a great place to volunteer. There's a lot of different organizations that are always looking for help. Churches generally are always looking for help. Schools, they need volunteers, chaperones to go on trips. Almost anywhere there's people and they have a mission to provide a service, you can help volunteer. So with that being said, to wrap up, we talked about what is volunteering, we talked about why you should volunteer, and talked about where you should volunteer. So hopefully, with all those put together, makes you guys want to go out and volunteer. And in conclusion, volunteering is important for many different reasons, as stated earlier. It helps organizations flourish, assists people in need, and gives a sense that one is providing a cause bigger for themselves.
Now hit it.